It's Forms of Faith, and I'm back with another dream.
It shall come to pass in the last days, saith God, I will pour out of my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
The dream goes as follows. In this dream, I remember knowing and seeing, like, instantly I felt the presence of Yahuwah, and it's like the feeling of his presence revealed to me an image of him, and it was him seated on the throne in the sky. And he was in like this, it was like this clear, like, frame. I don't want to say like a box, but it was like a clear frame around him. And it was like he was on the throne in the clear frame, and it was in the clouds of the earth. And I remember while he was in the throne, he was sitting watching, and he had on this white robe. It was so white that the color was giving off rays itself, and it was a red sash that he had on, and his face looked like the sun. You couldn't even look at it. It was so bright. And I remember him like literally transcending like his spirit upon everybody this last time. His spirit was coming upon everybody for them to heed him, welcome him, and take him in. And I remember being delivered this message that the tempter is on everyone's heels, and not to give in to temptation, not in this hour, no matter what it is. Yahuwah is sitting in the clouds watching everybody and transcending his spirit this last time before he makes his return, to see who's all gonna follow him, who's all gonna take him in, who's all gonna be in acceptance to what this message was transcend directly from him, saying that the tempter is on everyone's heels. And while at the same time the tempter is on everyone's heels, Yahusha's spirit is literally coming to everyone one last time. He knows who his spirit is coming to as well. And he does not want us to enter into the temptation. He wants us to turn away from the temptation. I don't care what it is. You have to turn away from fear. You have to turn away from doubt. You have to turn away from worryation. All of those things is what I was being clearly delivered from him, saying that everything is a temptation. And this is the hour where his presence is coming and visiting everyone to see if you're going to turn away from temptation and literally like heed to him, or if you're going to allow the tempter to literally be your demise, because this is that time. It's no longer, nothing matters. Nothing matters in this hour and in this point that we're at. So I just had to get that off my chest. I've been trying to get it off my chest for a minute now, but and I remember when we got back in my room, I was having thoughts, of like certain situations and predicaments that I face now myself. And it's like, I remember like, don't enter temptation, even of the thoughts, of worrying or wondering or trying to contemplate. And I remember my room getting bigger, and it's like my room enlarged in a quickness, and my bed got large in a quickness. And I remember my sister was in the first part of my bathroom, and she was talking, and there was this lady in my room. I don't know where she came from. She was dark skinned and with this white, like, could have been a robe on, and she was eating cake. It's like we all was eating cake while we was talking, and she was like, it's all temptation, it's all a scheme, don't do it. She was like, don't fall prey to it. Those was her exact words. Thank you, Yahuwah, for reminding me. Her exact words was, don't fall prey to it, because you can't. And I just know, like, there's a lot of things that the enemy is like literally testing me with in my life of, these trials and these tribulations and these hardships that I'm facing. But Yahuwah say, never mind that, I am here. My presence is resting upon you. And also him in the throne. I also got a clear message that all of this hardship and these struggles and these trials, it's like it weighed. I was able to see, like, even in his royalty, how he in royalty took on burden and hardship for us. So it's like, how should we dare doubt, or how should we dare be afraid by things that rise up against us? We should know that he is all that we need, and to turn and lean into him when things do seem like they going south. Because he's been through it already. He said, I took on all of these things for y'all. Every burden I bared for y'all. Literally. And he gave demonstration of, like, showing me it getting heavy on his high place. Because he was still royalty, even though he didn't look like it when he was down here. And it's just like, it was more to the dream, but I was woken up by my boys, and I just, I'm trying not to enter into the temptation of being upset, because I wanted the whole rest of the dream. I wanted the clear understanding of the message, but what I did get from there is that he's here. It might not be like how everyone else is, thinking it is. And that's the thing to it. It's his way of how everything is going to be done. But his presence is seated above us in the clouds, within this realm of this firmament. And he's watching, and he's sending out his spirit one last time to visit everybody, to see what decision they're going to make. If they're not going to enter temptation, or if they're going to allow the tempter to put them in the last temptation that's going to take them out. This is the last strike. I'm telling you, this is the last strike. He said it. No matter what it is, no matter how it come, no matter how it feel, don't enter into temptation. For it is just prey of the enemy. Turn away. Remember him. Remember him. Turn away. Remember him.